Hey, what is going on, guys? It's Johnny and welcome to another Genshin Impact video. In today's video, I wanted to discuss about Heizou and why travelers should consider building him. With the release of Heizou, he adds to the already large list of 4-star characters. However, travelers shouldn't underestimate him just because he's a 4-star. Before we do jump into it, guys, if you do like the video, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button. This will greatly help our channel to grow and help with the YouTube algorithm and recommend the video to other viewers. Now, without any further ado, let's jump right into it. One of the many things I love most about Heizou is how fun he is. There are many characters that I've enjoyed playing, but Heizou brings something new and refreshing in what feels like a new weapon type. Despite being a Catalyst user who are typically long range, Heizou is actually close range, specializing in hand-to-hand combat. His playstyle is really satisfying and also flexible as well, because travelers can build him either as a main DPS, which focuses more on his normal attacks, or support DPS, which facilitates the team to do more overall damage. Now, we did experiment with both builds. On my main account, I built Heizou as a main DPS, while on my F2P account, support DPS. Both builds were viable, but I do think the more meta build will be his supportive one. But because I got to experience both builds, I want to share with you guys my opinions and findings. With Heizou's main DPS build, it'll be more costly because on top of boosting his normal attacks, you'll also want to boost normal attack speed. This isn't a common stat that you're able to build freely. Actually, it's the hardest stat to build, but with the help of certain constellations or even weapons, it is possible. Genshin is a great character for boosting normal attacks because you'll see a substantial increase. When under Genshin's burst, normal attack speed will be more valuable because every auto attack counts. Additionally, her C6 does increase normal attack speed as well, which makes her a very important member for this team. However, do keep in mind that Heizou's elemental skill will still be an important burst of damage, so make sure to include someone that can help him swirl to build declension stacks. Similar to other Catalyst users, Heizou's normal attacks are automatically infused with Animo. Because of this, 2-piece VV will be an important boost since everything he does is animal damage, whether you're building him as a main DPS or support DPS. Again, this build is going to be more expensive though because it will heavily rely on constellations. Even when I tried the build on my main account, I wasn't able to reach his full potential because I was missing a couple key constellations such as Heizou C1, which increases attack speed by 15%. Nonetheless, this build was extremely fun because you get the satisfaction of just walking up to your opponents and bonk. With Heizou's support DPS build, instead of focusing solely on himself, he'll help the team shine overall. While his damage will be lower, he'll still be your on-field DPS, boosting your party's off-field damage. This path will be easier to build and potentially even do more damage because there's an artifact set for animal enablers that's extremely broken, and you guessed it, it's 4-piece VV. When you think of 4-piece VV, you generally think of the Great Animal Archon, the Star Alchemy Pupil, and the Wandering Samurai. Well, you have another character that can utilize this artifact set now, a detective from the Tenryou Commission. 4-piece VV is going to be Heizou's best in slot for artifacts because of the sheer power it grants him and the party. Through this artifact set, it'll decrease the enemy's elemental resistance of the swirled element by 40%. Because of this, it's going to be important to have a party that can make use of this effect. Characters that come to mind are Xingqiu, Yelan, Xiangling, Fischl, or any character that can do off-field elemental damage. You'll want off-field damage because additionally, something that players forget about the 4-piece VV is the 60% swirl damage that it does. This effect is absolutely bonkers on Heizou because his normal attacks will be infused with Animo, which means you can consistently abuse this effect with your off-field elemental damages. This type of team synergizes really well together because they'll help Heizou by swirling and gaining declension stacks for his elemental skill, and Heizou will help them by decreasing the enemy's elemental resistance consistently. Even on my F2P account, the amount of damage this type of team can do is absolutely insane, and quite frankly, even Abyss viable as well. The build is extremely accessible and many 4-stars can work with Heizou as well. Whichever build players decide to go with though, Heizou will be a great addition to any team because of his flexibility to fill different roles. Both were very fun and viable as well, so travelers can build them depending on their playstyle and what they already own on their account. If you're looking for a main DPS, you got it. If you're looking for an animal enabler, you got it. The time spent on the field with this character doesn't feel like a waste and actually feels rewarding because of the amount of damage he's able to deliver with his punches and kicks. There are so many builds and teams that Heizou could fit in, and we barely even scratched the surface. Yet, his role as a main DPS and animal enabler will be the same. Due to how his kit works though, it makes it really hard for him to get boring because you'll be able to change it up with different party members. His flexibility doesn't stop there though, because even for weapons, there's a lot that you can run on him. Any of the 5-star weapons is great of course, but a couple notable 4-stars are Sacrificial Fragments, Mappa Mar, the Witch Sith, or the Black Cliff. My personal favorite though is the Solar Pearl because at R5, the weapon boosts basically his entire kit by 40% and might even rival that of a 5-star weapon. Let me remind you that he is also a 4-star character on top of everything else. Players might find his role similar to that of Sucrose, with the difference of Sucrose being more of a mobber while Heizou offers more damage. Both like to swirl though and also has the ability to increase the party's elemental mastery as well, which lets other characters with EM scaling to fit into the party. Fun, flexible, meta viable, and accessible with RNG. All these facts combined make him a pretty solid character for new players or any account that lacks an animal DPS. Currently, the only animal DPS character is Zhao, so having a 4-star alternative is great because many players probably don't own Zhao. Low-key, this is one of the reasons why I think Ning Wang is a great option as well for a Geo DPS since Ito is the only other one. With that being said though, if players manage to get Heizou or eventually get him, I strongly believe he's worth the investment. I personally maxed Heizou on my F2P account because I was lacking an animal DPS and Heizou filled that role perfectly. Hey, Johnny, but didn't you max Heizou on your main as well, and you have Zhao on that account? Shh. Alrighty guys, thank you so much for tuning in. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to smash that like and subscribe button. Don't forget also to turn that notification bell so you don't miss out on any newly released videos. I've been Johnny D. Until next time, I'll catch you guys in the next one.